company is deploying an Amazon ECS cluster to host various microservices. The architecture utilizes an application load balancer with multiple target groups. A DevOps engineer is tasked with aggregating both application logs and ALB access logs, then delivering them to an Amazon S3 bucket for near real-time analysis. Which three actions should the engineer perform to satisfy these requirements?
All right, here is the question regarding collecting CloudWatch logs via the Amazon CloudWatch Logs agent. Option A. Obtain the custom CloudWatch logging container from the AWS Marketplace, define it as a service, and add the logging service to all ECS task definitions. Option B. Configure the ECS container instances with the Amazon CloudWatch Logs agent and update the ECS task definitions to utilize the AWS Logs logging driver. Option C. Implement an AWS Lambda function triggered by Amazon EventBridge to periodically execute the CloudWatch Logs create-export task command, directing the results to the specified S3 bucket.
Option D. Configure access logging on the application load balancer and specify an S3 bucket to receive these logs. Option E. Enable access logging at the target group level for each ECS service, then configure the target groups to export their logs directly to the target S3 bucket. This question focuses on how we manage logs in containerized environments and how those logs are routed to central storage for analysis.
I believe the correct answers are B, C, and D. To collect application logs, you must use the AWS Logs driver in your ECS task definitions, which requires the CloudWatch Logs agent on your instances, making option B the right choice. For your ALB access logs, you must configure those directly on the load balancer itself to push logs to S3, which confirms option D. Regarding the near real-time analysis of application logs, CloudWatch doesn't push to S3 instantly by default. Option C describes the necessary architectural pattern using Lambda to move that data, which satisfies the analysis requirement. Options A and E are incorrect as they suggest configurations that aren't standard or are fundamentally misdirected. Specifically, ALB access logging is an attribute of the load balancer, not individual target groups. As an exam tip, always clarify the source of your logs. Containers need driver configurations to send logs to CloudWatch, while ALB logs are a native feature of the balancer itself. If you see a requirement for near real-time delivery from CloudWatch logs to S3, look for solutions involving Lambda or Kinesis streams, as those are the industry-standard ways to bridge that specific gap.